Hello Rebels and welcome back to my life. I wanted to share something with you. This week, the second week of June 2015, is my best writing week in more than a year, and unless something really unexpected happens, by the end of the weekend it will be my best writing week ever. In the last 3 days, I have written 50,000 words. Now 18,000 of those words were for Darkfire, the third book in the Nightblade epic, which is going to be releasing soon, and the rest of the words were for Sean Platt from the Self-Publishing Podcast, and another writer who I'm currently co-writing a book with. Now 50,000 words may already sound kind of impressive, but I want to give you some frames of reference so that you understand what that actually means for me in my writing career. 50,000 words is approximately 2/3 the length of the first Harry Potter book, which is between 70,000 to 75,000 words long. Obviously, not trying to say that I'm writing the next Harry Potter, I'm just giving you that as a frame of reference. Here's something else to think about that's a little bit more important in terms of my career. As of today, from the first day that I started writing my first book ever, I have been a writer for 918 days. If I had been writing at this current level of production for the entire length of my career, at this point, I would have written no less than 15.3 million words. For comparison, that is the length of the entire Harry Potter book series, the entire Lord of the Rings and Hobbit series, and the entire Twilight series, times 7. I want to clarify again, because some people get really upset about this kind of thing. I'm not comparing my work to those works. They are just very popular book series, and most people know about how big they are on a bookshelf. However, in the actual course of my writing career, I have only written about 1.2 million words, which is less than 10% of my theoretical potential if I'd been writing as fast as I am now the whole time. Now, obviously, I can't write this fast all day, every single day. First of all, I have to outline my own stories. I have to edit them as well. I do my own covers currently, although I'm looking forward to outsourcing that. There's a lot of other things that go into a self-publishing career is what I'm saying, but you can easily see that in the last 2.5 years, I have not been quite as productive as I could have been. Well, what changed in the last week? Well, I attribute this jump in production to one thing. One little change that I made that really kind of kickstarted everything for me. I used to have a daily routine that was maybe similar to what you yourself do. I would wake up in the morning and I would grab my phone or my iPad, and then when I was brushing my teeth and getting dressed and making myself coffee, I would go on the internet. I would watch YouTube videos, I would scan Tumblr, I would spend some time on Twitter. And anytime I took a break from my writing, even if it was only 10 or 15 minutes, out would come the phone, out would come the iPad, and I would be right back on the internet again. My new policy that I've adopted, and it certainly seems to be working, is that I'm not allowed to go on the internet at all for any reason until dinner time after I've already completed all of my writing for the day. The only exception is my YouTube videos, which I make after writing my own stuff, but before I start writing for other people. But that's still just making and posting the video. I don't go to the comments, I don't spend any time on YouTube other than the minimum that I absolutely must. First of all, this schedule has allowed me to get between 5 and 6 uninterrupted hours of writing every single day, but much more importantly than that, it has made my writing time faster and better. In the past, when I was taking a writing break and whipping out my phone and spending time on the internet, I was taking in data. Whether it was a video or text or pictures, I was absorbing data. The human mind, or at least my mind in my own experience, has this inertia factor, where you spend so much time taking in data that it requires an actual mental shift to turn it around and start putting out creativity, like writing a book or making a video. When I take my writing breaks now, with no iPad or phone to distract me, I spend my time looking at things and thinking about things, and most of the time that thinking is dedicated to what I'm going to do in my next writing hour. So when I sit down and write, my fingers are literally itching to start going, and that results in some really productive time. Over half of my writing hours in the last 4 days have been just under or just above 4,000 words. In a single hour. I want to add here, because people have strong opinions about this too, I am not offering these up as something that you need to be achieving or else you're not really a writer. Everybody writes at their own pace. My pace for first drafts happens to be pretty fast. I have improved that speed to make it faster. And whatever your current speed is, I'm just saying that this might help you improve it. So that's my productivity tip for the day. If you're finding it hard to concentrate, or you're suffering from what you think is writer's block, or anything like that, turn off the outside world. Stop absorbing data and spend your time thinking about how you're going to put out creativity instead. I really hope that this helps you as much as it has really been helping me over the past 3 days, and I hope you enjoy this Writer Wednesday video on Friday. Thank you so much for watching, Rebels. A special shout out to my supporters on Patreon who make all of my YouTube endeavors possible. If you want to be one of those awesome and incredibly attractive people, click the Patreon link in the description. I will see my patrons for their exclusive video tomorrow, and I will see the rest of you on Monday. Bye!